Let's give a round of applause to Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia for putting on a heck of a show. It's not every day that we get fights like this. The best fighting the best at their best. Both of these fighters were only 25 and barely in their primes. They did not have to give us this fight. They could have let it marinate like all these other fighters, but they didn't. They gave us a great fight. Ryan Garcia is the leader now. He is giving us all the best fights at a young age in his prime. This reminds me of the Muhammad Ali era when he fought Smoking Joe Frazier. Now that is a great fight. That is actually my favorite heavyweight fight of all time. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys should, but have enough time to finish watching it because you guys ain't gonna stop watching it. And that was 15 rounds. And happy 420 for all you potheads. And if you guys were going for Ryan Garcia, spark one for the victory. Because I do not smoke anymore, but take a puff for me, guys. And this is what we are going to be talking about next. But before we get into that, if you guys are not subscribed, please punch and knock out that subscription button. That way you'll never see it again. And ding that notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my new boxing videos. Alright guys, let's get to the round. Ding, ding. Okay champs, let's get started. Before I go, my co-host Northpaw377 wants to go first. Hey Northpaw, ladies first, bro.
Northpaw377 back at you with another one and taking over the boxing world. Congratulations to Ryan Garcia for that victory. I did say yesterday that Ryan Garcia was going to win because of the 3-pound weight advantage. And I also stated that Garcia was going to knock out Haney. But before that, I thought Ryan Garcia was going to make weight at 140 to fight for the title, and I had Devin Haney beating Ryan Garcia if he would have made weight. Because as we all know, Ryan Garcia has not made weight at 140 before. All his fights were at catch weights at 143 or 144 pounds. So if he would have made 140 after he was acclimated at 144 pounds, that is also considered draining yourself. So that's why I believe that Ryan did not care to pay the $1.5 million bet to Devin Haney that they made at the press conference. Because Garcia knew that would have benefited him in the fight. And after the fight was over, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney both stated that they want to run it back again. If I was Devin Haney, I will put in the contract that if Ryan can't make the weight at 140, there will be no fight. Or better yet, have the fight at welterweight at 147, that way both fighters won't be drained. Because I believe that if Ryan would have came in at 140, he would have lost to Haney on points. As Haney was outboxing him even with the 3-pound advantage. But he stopped outboxing him once Ryan Garcia hurt him and put him on the canvas. And Haney could just not recover from it. Haney also did look drained, and if Haney would have came in at 143 himself, the fight probably would have been different also. So let's run it back both at the same weight and even playing field. I've been thinking about this long and hard, yes, Didi. Northpaw has spoken. Now back to Manny.
Thanks Northpaw. Never stop being you, bro. Never stop being you. Okay guys, that was a hell of a fight. And I am just glad they did not rob Ryan Garcia, even though Haney was winning before those knockdowns. If it wasn't for those knockdowns, I'm pretty sure Haney would have won. Now, that was a very entertaining fight, and I wouldn't mind paying for it again, and that was no robbery. It could have gone either way because Haney did stack up some rounds, but the knockdowns count for more. But there was a robbery in that event between Barbosa and McCombs. As we all know, McCombs won, and the crowd agreed. When they announced Barbosa as being the winner, they all booed. The little scrappy fight was a lot closer than that, but his opponent actually won and he did not get robbed. But that was a pretty entertaining fight. And to me, I really don't care about losses. As long as you perform well and give it your all, you're okay with me. Your stock doesn't drop. As long as you don't perform like Charlo did with Canelo. Now that was a whooping. But that was pretty understandable. Charlo did go up 2 weight classes. That's 14 pounds. That is a lot of weight. If 3 pounds can make a difference between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, imagine 14 pounds. That is crazy. You do not want to perform like Jamaine Ortiz did versus Teofimo Lopez. Now that was a bad performance. Jamaine Ortiz was just running. I don't care how good you are. You would not be able to cut off the ring with an opponent that runs like that. As good as Sugar Ray Robinson was, if you replace Robinson with Teofimo Lopez, Robinson would not be able to cut off that ring against a runner. As long as you don't perform like that, you should be okay and your stop will not drop right here at Mannys Boxing World. And to me, Sugar Ray Robinson was the greatest fighter ever of all time from any weight class. And if you don't think so, I believe he was at least the best welterweight of all time. And he had 17 losses. Now that's a lot of losses, but he had around 200 wins. But most of his losses came after his prime, and he never lost a rematch. So those 17 losses, he avenged his losses. And he went all the way from lightweight to light heavyweight. Who do you guys know has done that? And if you guys still don't believe that he was the best fighter ever, he came up in a time when there wasn't any light or super weight titles. So there was not super welterweight or light welterweight or super middleweight or light middleweight. If he would have been fighting right now, he would have a lot more weight divisions that he would have conquered easily. So to me, the Mayweather effect effed up boxing. I don't care about losses because there's always a rematch, especially when you are fighting the best of the best at their best. Somebody's gonna have to lose and somebody's gonna have to win. Kind of like a lawyer. Just because he lost one of his cases doesn't mean he's not a good lawyer. Maybe he got a messed up case, something with a lot of evidence that he could not beat. All of these boxers are humans and life happens. They probably could not make weight. Somebody passes away. They get a divorce. Something happens and anything could alter their performance. They could just be having a bad day, or they got hurt or injured in training camp, or the sparring partners were not that good. So to me, I don't see Devin Haney as having one loss. I really don't care. I just see him as Devin Haney, one of the best fighters still. I still see Tim Tszyu the same way. I don't care. He did lose, but come on, we all know it was that bad cut that was hindering his performance. He couldn't see. Also, look at these UFC fighters. They have terrible records compared to boxers, and all their fans praise them because they take the best fights. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are both 25 and in their prime, and they are the best fighters fighting each other at their best. This is very rare in boxing. If you guys like the show, subscribe, like the video, share the video, and that's it for me, champs. I gotta roll.